Okay, so welcome to this sheet metal tutorial. We're going to make a couple of sheet metal box sections. So the main trunking piece, we start by drawing a square on our front face. So match up to the origin. Let's add some dimensions. So we're going to make this 100 mil, and let's make both lines, vertical and horizontal, equal. So it's 100 mil square. Okay, so next let's extrude, and we'll extrude our box section by 200 mil in the right direction. Okay, so far so good. Messing around here a bit. What am I looking for? Okay, so we're going to make another box, but this time we're going to extrude by 100, but we're going to taper it. So let's taper by 30 degrees. Okay, that looks just about right, drafting outwards. Okay, and then let's extrude one more time. So we'll convert the face, extrude again by 100 mil. Okay, so this is the bulk of our template for our box section. So there's a few things we can do to tidy it up. So I'm going to chop the base off here. So let's select this face and sketch. Draw a box. No, this is not the right kind of box. Let's try the different type. The corner box. Okay, so we match up to the corner, then to the other side. And we've got one unconstrained edge, so let's constrain this edge to this edge. Make collinear. Okay, so now we're fully constrained. So now we can extrude this box through, or extruded cut. So let's go back to features. Through all, and let's get rid of the base. Okay, it's a quick and easy method to make our box section. Right, so the next thing we need is a split line. So let's draw on this top face. Let's attach a line to the midpoint, and then let's match it up to the midpoint at the far end. I just made this coincidence because it was already matched to one midpoint. Okay, select our split line from Mold Tools. We're going to project. We've already selected the sketch because we're in the sketch. Select the faces that we want to split. Okay, so now we have our split. Don't need to turn any of that off. So yeah, there's one face, then the split. You can see the other splits. There you go. So you get the idea of the splits. This is going to be useful when we turn this into a sheet metal part. So I think we're just about ready now. So let's go to sheet metal, convert to sheet metal. So the box at the top, select our fixed entry. So we're going to select the base. It's a good place to kind of start from, and then we automatically go to the bend edges. We need to select a group of edges that will allow us to flatten this part once we've turned it to sheet metal. So there's my first bend, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and you can see the purple lines are basically going to be splits. So we need to do the other side. And we do something very similar. You have to be really careful to make sure you pick the right faces when you've got a part this kind of shape, because it can all go really wrong when you try to convert it, if it just won't turn into a flat part. So it looks like Solidworks is quite happy with this. Show me my purple lines, which are going to be my splits. Okay, yeah, so just before we move out of this feature, so we've got 2mm wall thickness that we've selected by default. And this is at the top, realistically. We can reverse the thickness. Wait for it to catch up. There you go. And we can, basically build outwards or build inwards. But I'd like to build inwards because I'm quite happy with the dimensions that we've given this. We could see how that split line turns out when we've converted it. Okay, so the split line's a little bit big between the two sides, but I could sort it out. I don't think I will. I'm going to show you how to modify that line before it's converted when we do the length section. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. But yeah, here's our metal part. So you can see the splits in it. SolidWorks has calculated how this is going to go together based on our corner section, and here's the flat part. So we can see we can actually cut this from a flat piece of sheet metal, and when we form it, when we bend it, it will turn into our box section as we have it here. Okay, so what we want to do now is, I know I'm going to add a piece of trunking to this model, so I'm going to extrude these edges. So let's first select them in drawing view and then convert the entities, and let's extrude them out. There are other ways to kind of make bend edges, but I'm choosing to just extrude these sections out. And by doing this, we've also created 4 little relief sections, which are going to become a little bit more obvious in a minute. So let's go back to sheet metal and let's select the jog feature. So we need to pick a drawing plane. So let's select that top face, and we're going to draw a line across. Yeah, and this is going to be our jog line. So let's space it from the relief. Let's select 3 mil, maybe 4 will do, and this is going to give us some automatic relief. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. Yep. Okay, so here we need to select a fixed face. So I'm going to select the just behind. See that black dot? That's just behind the line, so that's fixed. And then everything ahead on the other side of the line is going to move. So I've decided I'm going to move down by 1 mil, and I've jogged by 45 degrees. It's not quite where I want it to be. I want it to move down exactly 2 mil. So let's select 2 mil. Yeah, that looks more like it. So it's gonna form up just how I want it. Happy with the jog position. Happy with the form. Yep, let's go. I'm happy with this. Let's try a couple of different. No, I think I am. Okay. Right, so now what we have to do is duplicate this with the other extrusions that we made. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my length box section. I'm going to match up to these jogs. So this is just an inch. Yeah, it's just a nice connection point. So yeah, Let's match up this line the same. We could dimension it, or as I've chosen here, I have constrained it to the other line. And let's perform the same jog. It should come up with the same parameters. It's facing the wrong direction, but let's reverse it. 1 mil, 2 mil. Yep. See the black dot? That's telling us the part of the face that doesn't move. Let's do it again. We can do this whole face, the whole side face we can do this time, because we haven't split it. Let's select it, constrain, so you can see what I'm constraining to, and constraining to the other already preformed corner. Select the non-moving face, part of the face with the black dot. You can see the black dot again. Come on, 2 mil. Okay. Now for the base. Let's do the base. Constrain. There you go. Constrain to existing geometry. Constraining to existing geometry is really useful. It keeps your sketches quite simple. You don't have to end up having dimensions everywhere. Yeah, it's really good practice to constrain as much of your geometry as you can and use a minimal amount of dimensions. Just helps with processing time, especially when you're making a complicated model, which this is not really, but they can get complicated. Okay, so our last jog feature. One more constraint. Select our immovable face. Oh, done something different here. Let's go back to where we were before. Yep, move it in the right direction. It's happy. We're a little bit too far back this time. Oh, we selected the wrong face. So let's start again. Okay, back to the sketch. See what happened when I selected the wrong side of the immovable face. The jog went in the wrong direction. So okay, this time, yeah, black dot shows we've selected the right side. Input the same parameters as before. Reverse it. That looks better. That looks like that matches up quite well. Okay, so right, yeah, so it looks more like a connection now. So it's we're going to connect onto a length section soon. But before we do that, before we make finish the connection, we need to have some geometry to kind of bolt the two sections together. So let's select this face and put a line in. 10 mil, 6 mil. 6 mil looks okay. Okay, basically what I'm doing here is I'm about to put a hole in this part to basically form part of a bolt connector. 6 mil diameter hole, 10 mil from the edge. Let's change that line to construction geometry. Extruded cut through all. Okay, so there is a way of making that hole in the Mold Tools toolbar. I chose not to do it this time that way, but when I do the flat section, the length section, I'll show you the alternative method. Let's flatten, just so I can show that it will still flatten. We still have a viable sheet metal part. And there you have it. A formable box section. Right, so let's put a vent in. So this is something we did just now, the vent that we pre-made. Drew it in from the design gallery. Placed it in place. So it's facing inwards, but if we placed it on the inside face, it would be facing outwards. But I'm quite happy with it here in this position. I'll show you in different tutorials how to constrain them, but for now I'm just showing you that I've added a forming tool section.